Good past weekend for Augustana hockey. Here to break it down once again, head coach Garrett Raboin. You were at Northern Michigan on Friday and Saturday. Friday, a 2-2 tie. You guys win the exhibition shootout. Come back on Saturday, get a 5-3 victory over a team that received first place votes in the CCHA preseason poll. Just your overall thoughts on this weekend. Seemed like a good bounce back after Omaha.
Yeah, it was. It was a good bounce back by our guys. I felt like we were able to play all of our guys. We dealt with some injuries on Saturday night, but we had some guys step up in the other guy's absence, and happy to come out with a shootout win and a regulation win.
Yeah, let's break it down game by game starting on Friday. It's a 2-2 draw. You score your 2 goals within the first 5 minutes of the game, and as I said, that ends up in a tie. What'd you like about your guys' start and just your thoughts the rest of the way after you got out to that 2-0 lead?
I just thought the intensity they came with, and you're on the road again. We leave on a Wednesday, and you're wondering if they're going to be ready from the jump, and our guys came out fast. We get 2 goals, and then our goalie really held us in there for the final 50 minutes plus. We pushed in overtime, and then we were fortunate that our goalie closed the door and Mobley scores on the shootout.
Absolutely. Mentioning Josh Kotai, his first start on a Friday this season, and we'll get to him on Saturday as well, but 41 saves on Friday. As you mentioned, he kind of carried you the last 2.5 periods.
Yeah, and he did. He was the one guy, when you need a guy to really be playing well, he was him. And it was just, it was a pretty impressive showing for him, and gave us a chance because they had some great opportunities. He had to make some big saves. But if there's one guy to pull for you on a given night, if it's your goalie, it's a good thing.
Let's get to Saturday's game. They get out to a 2-0 lead. You guys tied in the second period. You had to overcome another 3-2 deficit. Namovsky scores early in the third, and then you hang on, get the empty netter at the end. Kind of a weird back-and-forth game, but you guys were resilient after falling behind a couple times.
Yeah, and they took 2 5-minute majors, so we're on the power play for, I think, north of 10 minutes, and Ula's out. And the power play just didn't have any jam. Like, we did score the one from McIntyre, but we probably lost momentum. And really the message to our guys was it's a 40-minute game here. They came back the night previous. It was our turn. And finally in the second period, I think the Vikings arrived. And we saw the team that we've been hoping to see for a while. And they just played. It was the guys in the room that came together. Leadership was tremendous, but there was that feel. And we knew we had a chance once that feel came upon our group, and it was just fun to be a coach because you're along for the ride when the guys have it.
Let's expand on that a little bit. Obviously, this is a season of first. That was your first come-from-behind victory. Obviously, you came back at Denver, but that one ended in a tie. But to come back from multiple deficits, I mean, in the locker room, I'm sure there were some guys afterwards that were excited about that. What does it say just about the team's resiliency overall?
I mean, we've seen it in spurts. Like, we've been down before and obviously clawed back into some games. But like I said, like, there was a demeanor and a feel, and I don't know what it was that sparked our group, but they had a strong second period and they really pushed. And then it led into the third, and in our first shift in the third, now we go up. But I liked how we carried ourselves through the final frame, and our goalie was on, which is huge, and it gives your guys that confidence. And we were able to finish it out with Jack Jensen scoring the empty netter. Yeah,
Kotai got the start again on Saturday. First time he started both games in a weekend, and he was excellent for you once again on Saturday.
Yeah, and he had a good week of practice. He just had a good way about him, and the way he was seeing pucks, he was stopping everything and not allowing too many rebounds. I think that was the key for our guys to just gain confidence and settle in. And we did it later than I would have liked as a coach, but the fact that they found their game and they felt it, now it connects all the dots that we talk about throughout the week of how we have to play. Well, they felt it as a group, and now it's like, aha, this is how we need to play if we're going to be at our best.
You're off again this weekend. Next games are coming up in 2 weeks at Alaska Fairbanks. You've dealt with this a couple times in the schedule where you're off for a week and then play 2 weeks later. As a coach, how have you learned to adjust in terms of practices and how you do practices? Do you lay things out any differently when you're off on a certain weekend versus a game week?
We're trying to find it. I mean, we're learning so much with kind of the stops and starts of how our season's played out this far. We're going to try some different things. I think this is a time of the year when we have some bumps and bruises, so there's going to be some physical rest. Obviously, mental is going to be a big part of it as well, but we just got to keep, we got to keep finding our game. Like, we felt it, like I said, the final couple of frames in Marquette, and the challenge is just to not have any let up. Let's keep building as we go to Fairbanks.